The Yogacarabhumi-sastra, Sanskrit, or Discourse on the Stages of Yogic Practice, is the encyclopaedic and definitive text of the Yogacara school of Buddhism. It is thought to have been composed in the Sanskrit language in India between 300 and 350 CE. Organization. The complete work comprises 5 major sections. The first section, which is the largest, is the main stages division, Bhumika, and contains 17 sections, each describing one of the successive 17 levels, Bhum, which cover the entire range of mental and spiritual levels in Mahayana Buddhism. The main stages division, Bhumika, which discusses the various Bhumisa levels of Buddhist attainment and praxis. These include dhyana levels, hearing, thinking, cultivation, Radhika Bhum, Pratyeka Buddha Bhum, and Bodhisattva Bhum. The Compendium of Definitions, Vinisaya Samgraha, which discusses and explicates aspects of the Bhum portion. The Compendium of Exegesis, Vivarana Samgraha, a manual of hermeneutical and exegetical techniques. The Compendium of Synonyms, Payaya Samgraha, defining many of the various strings of quasi-synonymical expressions found in the Agamas. The Compendium of Topics, Vastu Samgraha, summarizing and explaining the key topics of each sutra contained in the Samyukta Agama. This section also includes the Compendium of the Vinaya, Vinaya Samgraha. The Chinese version also contains a Compendium of Abhidharma, missing from the Tibetan translation. Most of the Bhum section, which includes such seminal works as the Bodhisattva Bhum and the Radhika Bhum, survives in Sanskrit, but little survives from the other parts. Chinese translation. By the end of the Sui dynasty, 589 to 618, Buddhism within China had developed many distinct schools and traditions. In the words of Dan Lusthaus, Xuanzang came to the conclusion that the many disputes and interpretational conflicts permeating Chinese Buddhism were the result of the unavailability of crucial texts in Chinese translation. In particular, he, Xuanzang, thought that a complete version of the Yogacarabhumi-sastra, Yuqielin, an encyclopedic description of the stages of the Yogacara path to Buddhahood written by a Sangha, would resolve all the conflicts. In the 6th century, an Indian missionary named Paramartha, another major translator, had made a partial translation of it. Xuanzang resolved to procure the full text in India and introduce it to China. The leader of Nalanda, Ilabhadra, taught this Shastra to Xuanzang and other audiences 3 times in 9 or 15 months. The Xuanzang version consists of 100 fascicles, and was translated into Chinese between 646 to 648 CE at Hongfu Monastery, Chinese, and Dacian Monastery, Chinese. Before Xuanzang's version, Dharmaksema, Gunabhadra, 394 to 468, and Paramartha had translated part of it. Tibetan translation. The Tibetan version was done by a team of Indian scholars including Jinamitra, Prajnavarma and Surendra Bodhi, together with a renowned Tibetan translator, Yeshadare Wiley, Yeshessde, Lotsawa. In East Asia, authorship is attributed to Maitreya and other, while the Tibetan tradition considers it to have been composed by a Sangha. But in all probability it is the work of several writers who compiled it during the 4th century CE. Nanhui Chin touches on the Yogacarabhumi-sastra in his book, English Translation. A subsection of the work, Isanga's Bodhisattva Bhum, was translated into English by Artemis Engel and is part of the Sadra series published by Shambhala Publications. Notes. Bibliography. Isanga. 2016. The Bodhisattva Path to Unsurpassed Enlightenment. A complete translation of the Bodhisattva Boom. Shambhala Publications. ISBN 978-0-8348-4020-1. Kra. Ulrich Tim. ed. 2013. The Foundation for Yoga Practitioners. The Buddhist Yogacarabhumi Treatise and its adaptation in India, East Asia, and Tibet. Harvard Oriental Series. Book 75. Harvard University. ISBN 0674725433. CS1 maint. Extra text. Authors list. Link. Digital Dictionary of Buddhism. Login with user ID. Guest. Summary of the Yogacarabhumi-sastra. Charles Muller and Dan Lusthaus. Chinese Sanskrit Tibetan terms. Yogacarabhumi. Yogacarabhumi database. Complete marked up Chinese text with much of the available Sanskrit and some Tibetan.